Okay, I am on, I think it's page 4, if you do have the notes. If you don't really need them right now. Don't worry about it. But I went over some things before, if you remember, the same batch of notes I didn't give it to you then, about how to remember names. Do you remember that? Okay, and I sang with the Nepalis to remember names. This is the next section of that. So what does it take to build a good relationship? Meaningful relationships are formed when we reveal ourselves to others and they reveal themselves to us. I know this is basic. Some of it is hokey. I freely admit that, but it will be helpful in the long run. So principle number 1, be a good listener. Look at people, use a visual, right? A visual reminder, some kind of name association. We already taught you that, right? Steve Captain, very easy. Think of me on a ship with my sleeves rolled up because I'm Steve Captain. You got it, okay? Whatever verbal association you can come up with. So I want to give you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 conversation areas or starters now. Yes, Ethan? You had your hand raised. Are you just saying you're here? Come have a seat. Okay? All right, so let's have everybody stand up. I'm going to help you remember this. Okay? I know, I'm treating you like a youth group. That's good for you. I'm going to grumble. Well, we do that. It's not as bad as first waking up in the morning. Think of it that way. You feel like me when I first wake up. And
well, that's probably good because I was about to settle to go to sleep.
Everything just goes click, pop, everything else. Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you a series of pictures to help you remember. Okay, so this is a golden nameplate. Remember a golden nameplate? And that reminds you to simply walk up to people. Hi, my name is, right? Because the name is on the golden nameplate. Got it? Hi, my name is. Okay, so you're going to introduce yourselves to people. On top of the golden nameplate is a house, which reminds us to ask, hey, where do you live? Or where are you from? On top of the house, top of the roof, bunch of people. And this reminds us to ask, who's your family? Or tell me who's in your family. Okay, you're with me? It's making sense? Pretty simple. This family is holding up a clock. Okay? What does your time look like? What do you do during the week? What do you do with your time? Got it? Okay? So let's start there. We'll just do that much. Okay? Not too much to chew on. All right? Golden nameplate reminds you to what?
Hi, my name is.
Hi, my name is. Very good. Okay? On top of the golden nameplate is a what?
House.
Which reminds you to ask what?
Where do they live?
Where do they live? On top of the roof of the house is what?
People.
A bunch of people. Reminds you to ask what?
Who's in their family?
Who's in your family? About the family. Okay. These people are holding up what?
Clock.
Clock, which reminds you to ask what?
Where do they spend their time?
How do you spend your time? Right? What's your week look like? Whatever comes to your mind. Now, on this clock, the clock has 2 hands, right? On one of these hands is a bus. Okay? I know, just go with it. It's a bus. Okay? The bus reminds you to ask, where have you traveled? Where have you been? Right? Okay? And in front of the bus is a windshield with windshield wipers. One of the windshield wipers is a tennis racket instead. Okay? I didn't say it was going to make sense. We were talking about Nephilim earlier, so just go with it.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That makes more sense. Yeah. There's no Nephilim on this bus. Okay. So tennis, I'm so sad. So tennis racket reminds us to ask, hey, what do you do for fun? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do? Okay? That's all we're going to chew on this week for right now. So remind me again. Golden nameplate reminds me to ask what?
Introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself. Hi, my name is. On top of the golden nameplate?
House.
House. What's on top of the house, Ethan? Nope. Not a person. Nope. People. And they remind us what?
Family.
Ask about family. Okay, what's the family holding up, Ethan? Okay, what's the clock remind us of? Ask what? How do you spend your time? And on one of the hands of the clock or whatever is what? A bus, which reminds us to ask what? Where have you traveled? And then replacing one of the windshield wipers is what? Tennis racket, which reminds us to what? What do you do for fun? Okay, here's.
A lot like the one, I get confused because like, what do you do with your time? What do you like?
What do you do with your
That's
time?
same.
What's your week look like?
Okay.
You know,
So it's
oh, I go to
different.
work, I do this, I go that. Okay, well then you work great. What do you do for fun? Okay. Now, for now, we're gonna practice. Yeah, go through it step by step, but obviously in a real conversation, you're jumping around and you're going around. But it reminds you, so you're not sitting there, what do I say? And then when they're talking, you're trying to think of what you're gonna say next, right? You want to listen.
Right.
Exactly. And remember, so your assignment right now is I want you to have 2 5-minute conversations with someone and report back what you learned
Okay, good.
about these 2 relationships. Okay. It's not a bathroom break. All right, makes sense? The assignment's clear?
Steve,
Yes.
how do you want them to do?
That's a great question. I don't know if Preston is actually on or not.
Well, he's been chatting with me because I only have the one camera today. So,
Okay.
I mean, he's there, Shay is there.
Someone can decide if they want to have a conversation with someone online or not. I don't think they can talk to each other.
Okay, so Ellen and Preston are just viewing.
But Shay says I'm good.
Shay
Of course
says
he
I'm
says that.
good.
Of course he says
Shay's
that.
just listening.
Oh, Shay.
Yeah. Someone can take him on and make him do more than listen, or that he can listen to what you say. Okay, ready? Go ahead. Pair up with someone. Go for it.
Sure.
Pair up with someone, Ethan.
Hi.
Hi there.
My name's
I'm in Nephilim.
Oh, hola, Pedro. I don't know any more Spanish. Who's in your family? I have my wife, Sharon.
Oh, I forgot to mention, since we all know each other well, try to learn something new that you did not realize.
My wife's there. I have 2 sons, Daniel and Nathan.
Hi.
Oh,
You might know what
I spend my days working as a How about you?
Yeah, it varies. I mean, I got to protect stuff every day. Usually that's how it's on whatever. Depends on whether I'm there and I'm serving it or not. Of course, there's overseas, so lately I've been trying to.
What do you like to do for fun?
There's a worship thing at another church that brings
Yard work.
called the Residence.
I said for fun.
And connected with a bunch of different artists. And so sports, and I want to pull them in to lead us in nothing.
Yeah.
And see what they can do in a short setting. Acoustic stuff.
Let's see, what do you like to do? I like to watch
Their networks states and stuff. But at this church, there's 5 on the cruises every year. And it comes down to golf, you know, things like that.
We're actually gonna go away for the first time since we've been married. Our anniversary. Usually we have, it's been all down on Thanksgiving. We're not sure yet.
Okay.
You won't get on the plane.
I don't like to
But
travel.
I don't like is
No, I've
that.
been mostly in the West Coast, certain states like Texas, as far as Connecticut.
They're more
I've been
charismatic.
Within that range, I've been as far as Kentucky,
But never left the ground.
never left the ground.
Okay.
Either on a train or
Yeah, that's true.
And you're in Michigan, Texas.
So, you know, it varies.
It's a big wide road.
Thank you.
Sure.
Some work on what I'm gonna be doing here. I did some
Let's see.
work
So hopefully it'll be
on
Like that's it.
Nathan will go to Cancun, that's where they're going to go.
And I actually jumped.
I thought they.
That's the next, that's, we talked about last night.
They're going to work.
Probably Cancun.
It's a great place.
That's where they're.
Have you ever seen?
Hungarian.
That's what, they said safer than Costa Rica.
How many times?
Oh, gotcha.
It's any of them safer than that. It's the main thing we have been told, especially when you're traveling,
We still
Groups.
have
Don't leave
apparently.
your group.
don't leave the group.
And if you're on inclusive ground, stay on the ground.
Yes.
Yes.
Claim some land in Hungary.
Yeah, some of those places are really scary.
Yeah.
Because the family
Yeah.
home was
Most of your tourist places, you stay on the coastal areas.
people,
A few hours.
you know.
You're okay.
And I could,
Even
if I learned Hungarian, I could become
even doing,
Kansas City.
Okay.
if you're going on a cruise, they tell you.
Yeah, and that's
In a lot of places.
I mean, obviously, once you get booked through their stuff.
if I was one generation back, I could.
You just spend one day in Fargo with my mom.
That, you know, they vet the programs and everything is safe where they're going
And
on.
One
You
day we
get off the
did-
boat, there's other people there.
I've
Hey,
actually got.
take a tour of this, whatever. Some of them are okay.
The four.
Rest of the
You're more
time on your.
experienced, you might
might
venture out. Here's the problem.
The four.
If you don't get back in time,
You miss your boat.
you're,
We got at one time.
if you're on,
Yeah.
if you're
Oh,
booked
yeah.
on a cruise,
Oh,
through the cruise people, I mean, they got the excursion to the cruise. They were not leaving after they were waiting for that excursion.
Ours.
We were in Rico,
Relationship.
they docked
And
there
then.
a number of years ago.
That's a good one too.
And we got back on.
Okay. Change people?
Change
That's
people.
fast.
Yeah.
Well, I'm done.
It
We're in the
is.
middle of this
I'm
conversation.
only giving you 5 minutes. It goes quicker than you think.
really?
Yeah.
But do what you can to keep the conversation going.
Cleaned up for dinner, everything waiting.
Finding I'm like more extra than I thought. Oh, yeah, it's not landed under.
She got what?
And under. That is perhaps possibly. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Diana.
headlights coming way off in this thing. Rolling, smoke's coming up behind them. They're-
Are you taking the online people, Sarah?
No, I told them they got off easily, but I'm kind of making sure I don't lose any connection, so I'm anticipating with this,
They were.
because, you know,
That's why we were
What else am I
see out in the.
You guys make wagers?
Practice.
Leave it maybe out.
it's all I do.
I got
Because I've been talking with these guys.
There's a lot of folks.
You practice on the way home. Might learn something new. You never know.
Well, I know you're from California,
I'm from
and I
California.
know you travel like across the country.
Everywhere.
Everywhere,
Well,
so,
I
you
If we were
know,
late
I know
switch
your
out,
family
you
is,
can join this conversation. If
Yeah.
we were late switching.
and I know for fun you like drum circles.
True.
So see, I
And
do,
Nephilim.
so see, I do, yeah, and you're on together, so, yeah. So see, I do learn some things.
That's good.
I do listen, I do listen.
Ended up moving when the family moved. But, yeah, it's, the town would be there once a year.
So where you
We're here for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I guess.
Not so many.
Well, he kind of had me added to the group.
That's
so
true.
We're more of a triple.
I don't know much about it.
And.
I know you don't know me, you don't know me at all.
And Pete mentioned Victor.
Oh,
That
that's
was
good.
You sound
That was how I.
never knew me at all.
And so basically it's just been Florida.
It actually is lunch.
California,
I know.
Seymour Johnson,
Anjali's on a bus on her way here.
No, not until I was grown and had my own passport to actually do something that I wanted to
Don't know how fast he was going, but he made
do. Well,
it.
there was this one time, as far as travel was concerned, we
We just
went
got
down
images
to
and running out
For
of
Turkey
hours.
Day, oh, so
Root Station in Texas.
Shay is asking, is Anjali coming for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
And we
Yeah, she's on her way here. She just had her first bus stop.
Break.
At the end of the day,
Did anybody go with you?
See, this is me, I'm just,
at that
I'm the,
time, I was.
You're absorbing it.
I'm absorbing it and.
Osmosis.
Yeah.
2.5 minute warning.
Thank you. I was.
Hurry up,
Going,
Officer.
keep digging.
Divorced at the time. And so
Find
I was
their-
myself, But I met this beautiful.
Their embarrassing
And.
No, wait,
Nephilim
Nathan,
like
Nathan
beliefs.
is here. He's fine with it.
I mean,
So,
I don't think so.
so.
Although he's got friends that are trying to hook him up with stuff.
He does.
So it's hysterical. She's a Liberty grad. And she's a cybersecurity grad. She knows Nathan. Nathan doesn't know
She's
her,
older than.
but she's older, but she knows Nathan.
Because they were talking, and she's.
See, I'm an extrovert already, ready to go to exchange places to chat with humans.
Like, he's just, because he's on the
Yeah,
side,
and the other thing
cyber
is,
scene, everybody knows who you are.
When I was there, I was with a friend of mine, he may or may not be aware, he was a missionary in England.
So I'm like,
He
cool,
was in
that's good to know.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
And which is like,
He met her last
correctly
Monday.
said, he
Yeah,
was actually in a subdivision of Birmingham, England called Shirley.
yeah, but he's not
And
jealous.
he was there, and I went to go visit him.
And he seems like he's
And,
like serious.
He's
Good with it.
he would talk about the
He was
stores
great.
nearby. And one of the things he.
Would you say
the
laid back?
Muslims, it was like Pakistan.
Yes.
So he would call them.
Laid back is a very appropriate term for
And
Damon.
we have
He's not motivated in much right now, is he?
He comes and goes.
1 minute
He
warning.
just, he
Yeah, indeed,
applied
it
for a
was,
job at a bank, but
you know what,
they've been really slow
I'm not
to
following before.
respond to these.
but,
As long as-
yeah, so,
Actually, Steve came over and did chat because I've struggled with Christians.
Shelter.
What's he struggling
He thought
with?
it was-
Struggles with Christians.
Yeah.
He does.
Their
Yeah.
responses, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Something new, yeah.
I want them to say,
They're like, no, we haven't hired
why?
you.
I'm curious now why. I did. I can have a conversation.
Do what?
I'm just having a conversation with Shay.
Oh, he's my step.
Get out of my conversation.
We had an extended conversation
I know.
and everybody's already.
20 seconds. Actually, 15, I lied.
We learned Jerry the Wallace yard.
Are you from that?
Spiritual abuse.
Oh, you do?
But I didn't find it.
Yeah. Is that right?
All right, everyone have a seat.
Yeah. Now, I hope it's not gonna be a quiz.
Well, it was kind of a quiz in a sense. Tell me, what was that experience like for you?
Easy, because we know each other.
Because you know each other.
Well, it was fun because we already kind of knew each other and there was a comfort level versus
Yeah.
somebody completely strange, or to us, that is, new to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
It's a
But
good example
say
of how
Jerry
one
was-
question
Jerry was
kicks off,
talking to somebody who's
starts
completely
another
strange.
conversation. You might
Yeah.
not even get through all the questions.
that's right. You might not get through all the questions. One conversation, you can plumb the depths of it.
But still slightly awkward because you're kind of thinking in a, I need to kind of
That
get
linear
these
way.
things in and
For now.
stuff. So, yeah.
I mean, eventually you just kind of jump in and out of it and do some things. And there are ways to take the conversation deeper that I'll show you later that are more natural. Well, it's natural on paper anyway, but you do have to think. You got to remember to do it. Anyone learn anything new about anybody
yes,
that you're allowed to share?
well,
You're allowed to share.
yeah, I learned you got some property perhaps that you could go to court and claim in Hungary. And I learned that's a property thing again. There's a sacred Shelton land that's up in the hills
In Prospect.
in Prospect, Virginia. So from her.
So now she tells us after we're about to rent the place.
Well, Prospect is kind of
Believe
like,
you, we got the better deal.
well.
But she liked to
Prospect
farm.
is- Oh, okay, very good. And she talks about, I almost said something and I'm not gonna say it out loud because I thought it. It was like, oh, she said something about, near Virginia, North Carolina.
That was where they came from originally.
Right,
We should open up a retreat center in Hungary.
yeah.
Ooh.
What I was getting ready to say was, she talked about the hills. I went, okay, so they're hillbillies.
Yes.
I didn't say that.
But I would never say that out loud.
Yeah. So.
Anybody else? Anything new you learned?
I learned that Jean was born in Florida, which I didn't know.
Okay.
And has been living in California and a couple other places that I went
Okay.
to.
So this is just, we're just scratching the surface right now. I do plan to share some things with you to help you go deeper, but you learn some new things even about each other on this surface level. For what reason would I share this method with you think?
Show us how easy it is.
Okay, that's one. Show you how easy it is. Why else? Hint, we're going into a new building. So
We
why?
actually do have visitors.
Yeah, exactly. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, right, exactly. So when new people come, we're not like, oh, somebody new.
We'll have the muscles.
You'll have the muscles. You'll kind of know what to say. Take it a little bit deeper. I'm going to give away the end point. The end point, as you dig through some of the stuff and you talk with them, ministry opens up to these people. That's the end goal, is to look for an opportunity to minister. Okay, and that's what will happen. When I learned this at a seminar in Nepal, they sent us out one day. They had people set up for us to meet, different pastors, other missionaries, and things like that. And we had to somehow facilitate a 1-hour conversation. I'm like, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this? But using this method, not only was that super easy to do, but I built this great relationship with one pastor, and he gave me these huge ideas. I'll give it away, because using this method got to a point where he felt comfortable answering this. But I asked him, I said, what frustrates you about American missionaries?
Oh, dear.
And he said, oh, wow. But because I had already spent half an hour demonstrating, I'm a listener and he can tell me anything, he just laid it out there. And I learned some lessons that were amazing that I can talk about later. So this can also be used in Jesus encounters, okay? Again, right now it's just scratching the surface and it doesn't seem so obvious. But as you dig deeper with people, it opens up and you have cultivated the relationship. You've broken up the soil. So it doesn't feel like you're just going up to someone and saying, so, you Jesus follower or what? You know, but a little bit more natural. And oftentimes using this method, it'll come up on its own. Or even if you don't get a chance to share about Jesus, you start finding ways that you can serve people.